Okay, so we've got grand finals. Mbio, Michael Bio on Gardevoir versus TheRiip on Bombtar. So
With your not so standard Bombtar with the Chimico.
and we know we got some old school players here because I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to shuffle this way anymore, but I don't know. That's what I've been told.
Pile shuffling, you're allowed to. I think it's impractical. It's not a good way of randomizing your deck.
That's what I hear these days.
And it's slow.
Do you remember the restaurant that these finals were played at? I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah, I don't remember the name of it. I just remember it was in the dining hall, or it was in the convention center hall.
Yeah, we got kicked out.
And
TPC.
Mm-hmm. What happened at the Mana Vault in July?
Yeah, shoutouts to the
At least it shouldn't.
Yeah, no, we'll be fresh there. Yeah, so this matchup historically had been considered like pretty dominant for Bombtar, and I don't think that that's the case at all. I think that Mbio's list is more than capable of dealing with a lot of the common Bombtar stuff. Of course, Sceptile is what you really want to get, but it's pretty unlikely that you do. But you do just have that, like 10% chance of like turn 2 Sceptile or something, and then it just kind of goes out of control there. So
Regirock, though, I think is the bigger swing.
Yeah.
Pokemon in the matchup.
For
sure.
At the same time, Bombtar can play a lot of really annoying cards for Gardevoir. It can play like Lunarock. It can play Sableye even. It can play, of course, Holon fighting or firefighting to shut down Regirock's prowess. We do see the bench Lunatone. You can throw the Lunatone down early, but you don't want to throw Solrock down. Because if they imprison the Lunatone, nothing happens. But if they imprison the Solrock, it's pretty annoying.
I think one of the strangest things we see here on this first turn is that Voltorb. Like, that is not your traditional Bombtar Voltorb for sure, or your traditional Voltorb period. Like, I think we only see that in a few Dragtrode lists and Bombchamp.
Yes, I do know that some Japanese players use this Voltorb. I don't really play many Trode decks in general, so I don't know which way I would navigate towards. But it's got some fun attacks. So the 40 HP is probably the bigger problem. But
the Psycho Waves is oh jeez,
taking my job with the yawning department here.
Hey man, it's almost one where I'm at, but the Psycho Waves is a very, very cool attack, especially like it's very I don't know if that's a word. Synergistic. There we go. Because it just discards the energy straight off of it, which is very, very like good for these bomb decks. And we see Jirachi, Ralts Pidgey being grabbed, so probably a way to get this Ralts out of the active.
Yep, so that's usually what you can assume. You can also assume that Mbio has another Pidgeot in hand, otherwise you probably wouldn't want to discard the Pidgeot off of Mentor. The deck does play 204 Pidgeot, so like you have very reasonable odds of hitting Candy plus Pidgeot, and you play like 7 Mentors, so anything to hit that turn 1 Beast Mode combo is really nice, and this deck plays basically as many ways as it can to hit that. We'll see. And also turn 1 Warp Energy is really nice, like you don't have to spend an energy discarding to retreat. So let's see what TheRiip has got. Transceiver, always nice.
Yep, playing the game. I don't know if I like the Psychic type Lunatone. Like, there's only the thing that I found. There are only 2 Pokemon, or 3, I guess 3, with Chicken Box being a thing. But there's only 3 Pokemon that the Psychic Lunatone is ever better against. and that is Macargo with Smooth Over. The Fire Ludicolo has a body, not a power. So I guess 2 Pokemon. Blaziken from Power Keepers / Ruby Sapphire, and Macargo. And Macargo is not played, so it's really just that.
Macargo is played
really
in. It's played in some Swampert Metagross lists.
That's not real. That's not real. But like, I much prefer the fighting type. It gives your Solrock a
free retreat,
a pivot, and then also I think Foresight's a lot better than Moon Guidance, because like Moon Guidance can only really get you like Transceiver or I guess Windstorm in the matchups it matters.
In this deck, it gets more. It can get Rocket's Pokeball, and it can get pals for turns where you want to set up like your big like bomb plus pal plus admin turns. So I think it has some extra utility in Bombtar. We do see.
Is that the heal to get going to the HL Jirachi? But I do think I'm just a huge fan of the Deoxys Lunatone over Hidden Legends. But that's just me.
And we do see a Tails on the Jirachi, but we do see the Lynette, so that is pretty devastating. If this deck gets 2 or 3 turns where it gets to play Mentor, it's usually kind of off to the races. Even though you're just getting basics, like you're setting up Regirock or you're setting up Mew, you've got all the energy you need. And yeah, we see that right here. He's gonna probably attach Cast Form to Ralts, throw Regirock on the bench, and I think this is me explaining what Regirock does because it's in Japanese.
I sold him that Regirock.
Let's go. We're both featuring in this final game in our own ways. So if you don't know, with this matchup, the Regirock is there, like, basically just to tell the Bombtar player, okay, you need to put, like, the Holon Fire thing on Tyranitar, otherwise I'm going to KO it. And you don't attach energy to the Regirock. You just say, like, this is your warning. If you don't do this, I'm going to KO the Tyranitar. And so then they have to pal up the Regirock, and they pal up the Regirock, and then Scramble goes shut down, and their admins are bad, and they're not getting any energy off your board. So it's a very annoying card to work around in this matchup.
Mm-hmm.
And we see TheRiip's got a lot of energy in hand. We are going to see the Holon energy, and here you probably want to make a wish and just go for the Dark Pupitar. And we do see the Electrode. This is very risky. This opens up Electrode to being imprisoned, and that is really annoying because they usually only play 2 Voltorb. So
yeah, I think honestly going for the Dark Pupitar is a lot safer. One, because like it's a fairly viable attacker. I don't know what Pokemon was on when they were creating Dark Tyranitar line, but they made every single card in it freaking broken. But like, just grabbing the Electrode here makes it so there's just a possibility of you not playing the game at all.
Yeah.
Essentially, like, you're Bombtar, so you're still gonna get to play the game in some capacity, but risking just having a bench 2-prizer with 90 HP that does nothing for the whole game is very risky.
Yeah, definitely. And also, to be fair, this Jirachi has been asleep for 10 million turns, and we do see Dark Pupitar here with the Scramble, but we don't see, I think, a Fire Energy. So, we do see the
Chode get blown. I don't hate this.
You should.
I would have honestly
retreat.
I would have retreated the Jirachi.
Because now, like, you don't really want to bomb twice in this matchup if you can avoid it, but it's hard to say. On the other hand, in order for Regirock to become an active threat, it needs to have energy on it, or you need to get Delta Gardevoir up, and getting that off of a 4-card admin is not super likely. Mbio also notably hasn't thinned his deck a whole lot, and he is going to bring up the Ralts with the 2 energy. Absolutely the right call. Oh wait, does he not? Oh no, he has Terra. Okay. But he just evolved into Dark Pupitar this turn, right? Okay, but he is going to get the heads on this. Still, if Mbio has Warp Energy, it's pretty good right here. You warp the Ralts, go into Jirachi. Or Warp Point would be even better, but looks like not going to be the case here. And now if you've got like, okay, we see Dark Tyranitar coming down. Admin again. Don't know how.
When watching this, I can't remember why, but I was thinking evolving into Tyranitar. That was incorrect, but I can't remember why I even thought that. Or if that was even this Tyranitar. Oh no, it was a later Tyranitar, I think.
Oh, okay,
Ignore
okay.
me. Never mind.
You're good.
See an admin come down.
To that point, one reason why is you might think like, well, it's not weak to fighting, but Regirock can still hit for 80 and one-shot the Dark Pupitar, so that does come up. So here, of course, the question is, do you just KO this Ralts, get the energy off the board, or do you Spinning Tail and try and hit everything? Looks like he...
Spinning Tail,
yeah. Go ahead.
It's a bit of a risky move here, because, I mean, just throwing any amount of damage on a Ralts is usually risky, because, again, that's just like later Psychic Rage damage.
Yeah,
but
it comes up like quite a bit. Go ahead.
Like a Spinning Tail next turn, if, say, MBO doesn't evolve this Pidgey, you're taking 2 prizes, putting both Ralts and Jirachi on 1 turn. But, like, the fact that it does nothing to the Regirock is really unfortunate. And again, it's just why Regirock is so strong in this matchup, because it's immune to probably Tyranitar's, I would say, its best attack. Like, just the fact that it has Spinning Tail makes it absolutely so much more viable, because like playing Bomb Champ or Bomb Mence, neither of those decks have like options in their attacks. They're both forced into pretty much 1.
Yeah.
But like Tyranitar having 3 freaking attacks that are all super duper good is
it's
definitely the main reason the deck is like S tier.
Yes, definitely. And we do see Pidgeot here, so now like basically everything can kind of get turned around at this position. Of course, it depends on if you have Candy here, that's pretty nice. Or Candy into what's it called? Into okay, he goes for this one.
I don't hate it because you just hard retreat into this.
Yeah. Okay. And then just KO.
And this is, I'm pretty sure when watching this, I was like, oh, that's just kind of game. And from here, like, this is such a hard board to stabilize. Even if you find Soul Rock this turn, because you have to just deal with a Regirock. And that's, like, very, very difficult without blowing up another Trode.
Yeah, and so, like, the Holon FF is on Jirachi, but Mbio's already taken 3 prizes. So, if anything else gets KO'd, you can't bomb again. What are you retreating to in order to, in order to stop a KO here? You don't really have anything. If you retreat into, like, you can't retreat into Trodiax, but even if you could, you could, that's going to die to Regirock. If you go into Dark Pupitar, you can just do plus 20 and kill the Pupitar. So, we're going to see...
We see power up the Jirachi, or the... Jirachi, Gardevoir with 2 retreat costs, which is definitely correct.
You gotta hope to hit like a Cess off of this.
Yeah, Cess off of this would be really, really nice. But I don't think we see it. We just see a bunch of dark energy.
Or like,
which I guess you can start powering up a Larvitar, which could be fine. But is that? Oh, you can't attach Scramble.
Yeah.
To a basic.
That you cannot.
And then just to make a wish into Pupitar, which I don't hate. It's what you have to do to keep this board alive. But like, knowing that MBO has quick search for warp energy or warp point is just kind of devastating.
Yeah.
Warp point would be more critical here, but
warp point.
it forces you to lose the Lunatone.
Well, you
and then
probably would.
That's kind of online for the rest of the game.
You probably still go for warp energy just in case of like Cess shenanigans. Warp point's kind of nice to have. But yes, I agree. Yeah, you just go for one of your warp cards. Gardevoir plays a bunch of them, so. And even if you had to
push
wait
the
a turn.
Yeah.
Admin.
We'll see an admin.
This is probably fine. This is like a value neutral admin, I feel like.
Very much so, yeah.
But yeah, this is just pretty devastating. Once Jirachi goes down, you have to attach, you know, a Holon Fire and a Fire and a Holon FF to the Pupitar, somehow get Tyranitar in play, and somehow find a way to equalize. And even if you attach all that, you're still not one-shotting Regirock, and so it's just going to be pretty much impossible here. We haven't seen any cessation crystals. I don't know if he doesn't play them. I don't really know what his list is offhand. We just see Dark Tyranitar.
Oh, this is what it was. Yeah, you never evolve the Dark Tyranitar here. I think you always go for Dark Streak.
Yeah. No, I can definitely.
Like you need Cess plus Dark Streak to stop the warp energy, but maybe he evolved to Stevens. That might have been it.
That could be.
But like you got 5. Well, no, you got 5 and then the 1. So I really just think you.
There's Cess, but yeah, you'd be better off just dropping Lapras or something. We do see Cess here, but it's too little, too late. I think we do see Pal though. Maybe, yeah, we do see Pal. But also, MBio has like Windstorms like in rotation. He hasn't, been playing them.
Yeah.
So. And he's got, Warp Point, Cyclone, all this stuff in rotation. So, generally speaking, when I talk about Gardevoir versus Bombtar, I tell people like you should occasionally discard like one Windstorm off of a Holland card, but don't discard too many. And for this exact reason, like this is how Bombtar can get back into the game, just out of nowhere.
MBO there has the Windstorm to find Warp Energy.
Yeah, and then it's just going to be.
You see an admin, I think.
Which is especially devastating here, and yeah, but also just like really just kicking it in. Regirock comes up. I'm gonna take out Tyranitar. Nothing.
This is just game.
Yeah, nothing Rip can do. Yep, and very well played.
There it is. MBO was crowned your Holon Cup champion.
Yeah, this one was interesting. The turn where he went on the offensive with Tyranitar might have been a little bit too early. It's just hard to say because the Regirock has no energy on it, so it's like, well, do I need to worry about this Holon FF stuff? But you never know. I mean, all I need is like Candy into Gardevoir, and then all of a sudden they can attack with it. So, yeah, really, really well played by both players this game. And